mention the three top issues in regard to West Point, in your opinion.
Okay, my name is Tripp Foster. I'm thankful to be here tonight. And I want to say that I believe one of the three top issues facing West Point today is the proper implementation of the SPLOST funds to be delivered to that community, which I believe is supposed to be a full 5%. Secondly, their recreation there needs oversight. And thirdly, in that district, they need more support within their city from our county government, I believe. Those are the three top things that I know of that West Point is in need of this day and time in Troup County.
Ellen?
Okay, my thoughts on West Point is that they have a tremendous debt service as a result of their upgrading their water system. They've incurred a lot of debt. I think that's something that they'll face in the future to make sure that that debt service is paid off. The other thing is that when I talk to people there, they're very concerned about some of their streets where the water drains, with the problem with the sewers that they have, need to be upgraded. They are doing an awful lot with their recreation. That's been their push down there because of Point University, and I can understand them wanting to have recreation facilities. But when I talk to the residents there, what they are concerned about is the water spraying into the street and the water then that flows into some of the yards and the lack of response that they get to solve those concerns down there. So,
Jim?
Yeah, thank you. I think probably the most important thing going on there is the work area that they're working with, the recreation, which is coming out of the SPLOST project. And I think Point University is part of that project. And I think it's going to come to the point where the county's going to have to come in and maybe help a little bit, give a little assistance. They do have a new fire station that's located in the centermost of the area of West Point city limits. And I do have a concern about the fire station in downtown West Point. Being a fire chief at one time, that's always your greatest load. So I think we need to rethink some of that and maybe revisit it and maybe have a substation there or something like that. But I would love to see the fire department work together, all of them, City of LaGrange, West Point, all of them, Troup County. But the streets are going to need repair. There's a lot of work going on. You can see that it's visible now in downtown. And, it kind of bothers me that we may have a big debt service coming up, and I hope that they will have it. But with Kia being here, I think that probably everything.
Ashley?
I think one of the issues in West Point is the economy. They felt the effects of the economy like the rest of us, some small businesses and also some larger businesses. But with planned growth going forward at Point University, I think that'll help that. West Point Lake and the levels of the lake are obviously an issue for all of us, and especially in West Point, affecting some tourism. And while there's not a lot we can do, we can at least maintain a voice and be a part of the management plan. The last issue I think that I'd like to mention is the identity of West Point. West Point's in Troup County, it's in Harris County, and I think with all of us working together, we can help to maintain and strengthen the identity of West Point.
Lewis?
Well, the way I look at it with West Point's in kind of a unique position versus a lot of communities. They, instead of having a lot of negative, they have a lot of positive things going on in West Point. I mean, when you talk about Kia, they got some effect of Kia, not near as much as we would hope because of the economy tanking like it did. But with Point University coming to West Point, I mean, I think that's going to just do really great things for West Point. When you go through downtown West Point, you see the restaurants that they have. You see the things that they're doing now. They're moving in the right direction, and I'm proud of it. And another thing too, I want to be an advocate for West Point. I want to help see that West Point succeeds, and I want, on the commission, I want them to feel not only that they're a part of Troup County, but they're a great part of Troup County.
Edie?
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being here to hear what we have to say about District 3. As a resident of West Point, I think we're well on our way to addressing the recreation facilities issue. If you've been to West Point recently, you'll see evidence of that. The SPLOST funding has gone a long way to help the city of West Point move that program forward. One of three of the major issues to West Point residents, in my opinion, first of all, we've not benefited from the increase in jobs coming to West Point. We have about 10,000 new jobs in the area. We don't have the population growth to match that one might have expected to come with that. Once that occurs, and we all know that the state of the economy has more to do with that than anything, but once the trend shifts, I think we will see changes in West Point as a result of the jobs growth. Second issue is unemployment, especially among our young men in the West Point area. The rate of unemployment for West Point residents is higher than the rest of the county. The rate of unemployment in our county is slightly higher than the rate in the state of Georgia, and that's slightly higher than the national rate. So we need to address those issues. Thirdly, the infrastructure issues with the city of West Point being as small as it is, and the tax-paying base being aging, very small to support all of the many changes that need to take place to support this economic development that came upon us pretty quickly. I think we're going to have to hope that the shift in the economy will bring more people to our area and in turn bring more tax income and revenue so that we can see West Point blossom and District 3 blossom. Thank you.
We turn back now to District 2, and Ken, we'll start with you. And here's the question. How do you believe commercial development should be addressed in unincorporated